up guys, it's Biddy. So much has changed since I did a YouTube video like this. The biggest piece of exciting news that I have right now, I'm going on tour. I'm touring the UK, playing London, Bristol and Brighton. This is a first on a couple of levels. It's a first for me, obviously. I mean, I did used to live in the US where I played in Boston, Cambridge, New York, but I don't consider that a tour. This is my first real international tour where I fly out of Singapore. It's also a first for Singapore because according to my research, I did some research, this tour will make me the first Singaporean R&B female artist to tour the UK ever. Okay, so you may be wondering, why you though? Why is Biddy touring the UK? This all started when I put out the first single of the Lost EP called Mango. A couple of UK-based PR companies emailed me telling me how much they liked Mango, they wanted to work with me. I thought it was just spam or a scam or both. When the Lost EP finally released in full in November 2024, the lead single that I had off of that was a song called Passing Place. I think this is where the marginal, almost negligible audience in the UK that I used to have, well, that I used to not have really, expanded quite a bit. So it went up from maybe just double digits across the whole of the UK to several hundred, maybe like 600, 700, because what I have in this screenshot isn't even the peak. It got to the point that London, which was never in my top anything number of audiences, was suddenly in my top 5. So this kind of made me sit up and be like, ooh, that's interesting. Meanwhile, the emails from the PR companies I mentioned, they doubled, they tripled. So I decided to turn off the risk-averse part of my brain that thought these are probably scammers who are going to cheat me of my money. And I replied them, asking them how they found my music, why they're reaching out to me. They discovered me through the Spotify Song Radio and through Discover Weekly. And Discover Weekly in particular is kind of crazy. When an artist puts out a new song, it automatically goes into your release radar, but it takes a certain degree of virality and like algorithm-determined curation. Like, yes, this is an uncut hidden gem. Pretty hard to get onto anybody's Discover Weekly, especially for a small independent artist like me. To top it all off, this London-based radio DJ started following me on Instagram as well. The radio station that he mixes for is called NTS, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, independent radio station and music discovery platform for underground music. I asked him how he found me and he said it was through the Explore page on Instagram, which from my understanding is also not easy to get onto, you know, with the algorithm. 6.5 months after the Lost EP had dropped, I was having brunch with a friend on Labor Day, and as my friend Audrey was asking me how life had been, you know, I told her I've just quit my job, I'm planning to be self-employed, as one usually does at one of these brunch dates, and also my last EP is pleasantly surprising me with a new audience in the UK. So Audrey got really excited and she was like, these are signs of portents! What must you do to act on them? And then I was like, I can't move to the UK right now though. And then she was like, think smaller. What's one thing you can do? So I was like, play a show in the UK? And then she was like, yes! She then starts walking me through her playbook of organizing a DIY tour. Just a little bit about Audrey. One of the things she did for a long time was managing one of Singapore's most famous bands, the Sam Willows. So she walked me through her process of planning their US tour, and I took all these notes down. And so over the course of May, while I was still serving notice at my previous company, I was researching and writing all of this during my lunch breaks, while I was on the train going to and from work. And so I managed to finish most of this by the time that I went on a trip with my husband at the end of May. When I came back at the start of June, I had a reply from a venue that I emailed in London, and I was like, oh my gosh, someone is interested in having me play in London. So that place is Signature Brew Haggerston. Now that I do have a show in London, I am going to apply to Singapore's National Arts Council for a marketing and audience development grant. And here comes the twist. I get the offer sheet and it's got an exclusivity clause to London, which means I can't play other venues in London within the 3 months before and after my Signature Brew show on 10th February. So then I'm like, okay, first of all, am I going to fly all the way there to play just one show? And second of all, will NAC fund one show in London? I decided I wouldn't just play anywhere in the UK. I landed on 2 cities, Manchester and Bristol, and my first course of action was to reach out to So Far Sounds. So Far Sounds is also kind of like a music discovery platform, but through live shows featuring people like Billie Eilish, Ed Sheeran, when they were up and coming and before they got really famous. The thing is that I've actually played So Far Sounds in Singapore in 2019. I was hoping that it would be an easy in for me, but So Far Sounds changed the way they operated by introducing an online portal through which artists could apply to play So Far Sounds shows. In 2019, when I played So Far Sounds, this portal didn't exist and I never got the videos from my So Far Sounds performance. I saw them film me, but they never sent it to me. And when I tried to reach out to the person in charge of So Far Sounds Singapore, it was so silent and not even crickets. I ended up having to apply for a show from scratch. I was told it would take 8 to 12 weeks, and after 12 weeks, I didn't hear back, so I took that to be the end of it. It was back to the drawing board for Bristol, and meanwhile for Manchester, I had planned to perform with this band with the help of this really sweet lady who runs an organisation called Asian Tones. We found a venue, we were about to lock everything in, but then I found out from that band I was planning to play with. They were planning to tour the UK around the same time. Somehow their plans unfortunately fell through, so that made them unable to come up from London to Manchester to play with me. I wasn't confident of playing this venue that was a max capacity of 150 people, since it was going to be my first time there ever. I was thinking to myself, it feels like I don't have anything now except the Signature Brew show. Despite these months of effort, it seems like Bristol and Manchester aren't happening anymore. And so, I was praying really dejectedly actually, like, God, I don't think you would have opened this door in London only for it to stop halfway. I pray that you'll just make it happen and I'll just go where you open the doors to. And then right on time, I not only got offered a show from a place I was really hoping to perform at, So Far also approved my application and offered me a show in Bristol. So there it is. That's how I have a UK tour, and it's called the LostnFound tour because the upcoming album is called LostnFound. And so the TLDR version is, I noticed more people following me from the UK. I decided to send some cold messages to try and get a show going in London, and from there, with lots of twists and turns, the LostnFound tour came together in London, Brighton and Bristol. Yeah, I really thank God that this is happening and that also I managed to get the NAC grant. Thank you NAC for awarding me the Marketing and Audience Development grant to support this tour. And now comes the hard part. All that was just the start of the mountain that I have to climb. Now I've got to rehearse for multiple shows, got to manage the budget, I've got to make sure people actually show up. This is not going to be a famous artist's world tour, luxurious hotel every city they go to and stadiums sell out by themselves. It's been a personal dream of mine and a career milestone that I've been working towards for more than 10 years already. So even though it's going to be very difficult and I'm probably going to make mistakes for what seems to be little financial gain, if any, I still want to do this. Because if I don't seize this opportunity while it's in front of me, I'm gonna look back and think, what if? And I don't want to have those regrets. So I'm going ahead with the LostnFound tour. And so if you're going to be in the UK, please come and say hi to me at one of the shows. I really hope to see you there. Tickets are on sale in the description box below. Please grab them, and I really hope to see you at one of the shows in London, in Brighton, and in Bristol. And it's going to be fun, so just come have fun with me. And as for what's happening here on YouTube, I am probably going to have more videos out like this. I'm in a new phase of life, I'm exploring new things, and I think YouTube is a good way for me to share my honest and in-depth reflections. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit the notification bell and keep up with all that is going to be happening here with the album, with the tour, and with this new phase of life that I have. So see you guys in the UK in February 2026, and see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Oh yeah.